Wagwan ladies. Assuming you're a lady. Hope you're all doing good, cause I know I won't be. Who wants to hear a story? You do? Great, this is gonna be a good one. Today, we're talking about a man named Gyacho. That's not his name. This is a man from my personal life, and I would like to take a moment to vent frustrations while I think of an anime video to make. I've not had a decent idea for a whole year. The story starts in year 9. This is when Gyacho joined. He was a new kid at my school. Yeah, self-report. I was in one of the lower sets of English and he was put there too to begin with and became mates with some of the residents. Yeah, crazy that I'm acting like I'm above these people, but in my defense, my set was determined by how much work I did, not how smart I am. And I didn't do a lot of work. I didn't hate Gyacho, but I didn't think much of him because he quickly became friends with people that I already hated. But he quickly moved to set 2 or maybe even set 1. Anyways, Gyacho quickly became a hit with the everyone. Yep. He instantly rose to popular kid status and was mostly popular around the girls, and in hindsight, it's pretty obvious why. See, the name Gyacho is more than just a JoJo reference, because he's actually half Italian, and could back it up too. He spoke Italian, but he also spoke Spanish and French. To what level? I don't know, but I know it was enough to be impressive. He was into poetry and reading. Naturally, he was smart. He was also tall for year 9 at least. I know he definitely became really tall by the end of school. Rich, or at least middle class, but most of the kids in my school were. Never go to a white school. Oh, and how could I forget? Attractive. It's like he was built to be a lady killer, you know? Like he was genetically engineered in a lab and raised to be the perfect your name romance / smart love interest, like the Roscaroma. He was like Massimo if he respected consent.
Are you lost, baby girl?
A good amount of you that made no sense for. You shouldn't be here. I can't help but feel like being a new kid helped this meteoric rise. A couple of my friends quickly developed a crush on him, and one would even end up dating him. Another friend would end up becoming close with him, keep that in the back of your head, and one of the hottest popular girls, might I add, also had a fat crush on him, and had a long beef with the girl who would become his girlfriend. 3 of these girls I either had a crush on, or had asked out in the past. And the popular girl I still had a crush on at that time. So yeah, I'll admit, seeing some guy come in and immediately attract all the girls I had wanted at some point, along with the one who I still had a crush on, was just a little disheartening. But I didn't hate him for it. For one, you can't help who you're attracted to and who you're not attracted to. And I had been rejected by them at least once, so it wasn't all that. And if they all liked him, then it was obviously more a problem with me than with him. And 3, my self-worth was so astronomically low that it honestly didn't even matter to me. I saw it as more like a fact of life thing. And 4, all things considered, Gyacho at the time wasn't really that awful of a guy. Like, I actually can't remember a single time he's ever said anything even close to being like racist, sexist, homophobic, ableist. Nothing. I genuinely cannot think of any moment, any statement he's ever made. And this is a really big deal too, considering that 1, we were all like 14, 2, this was a majority white school, and 3, this was during a time where right-wing figures like Andrew Tate were rising in popularity. Many of that school's boys would be irreparably damaged by that man. Nah, I'm just kidding. White middle class niggas, and you think they weren't gonna turn out to be reform voters? Be real. No wonder he was such a hit for women. He was practically perfect. Even the boys liked him, so no performative male, or to be more time accurate, simp allegations for this guy. None at all. Saying all this, I don't know how he actually feels or felt about these people since I rarely spoke to him. In fact, he hated me. Anyways, one of my friends would go on to date Gyacho. We'll name her Chelsea. Can you guess why? And this is where our first sin comes in. That's a double entendre or some shit. Because he was Christian. Probably Catholic, to be honest. Italian. So, it turns out, Gyacho was a churchgoer. And often he'd go to church with this girl. And can you see where this is going? Yeah, he was talking to this girl while dating Chelsea. It apparently had been going on for a while, and eventually Chelsea found out because the mistress told her. I still remember it clear as day when she snapped me crying about it, and I had to console her, which I'm sure he was very thrilled about. It was an unfortunate situation, and both her and Gyacho were bawling their eyes during it. How tragic it must have been for him. However, this didn't end their relationship. I don't know why, but she stayed with him. I don't know why she stayed with him, but I can speculate. The thing about Chelsea is, she's a very spiteful person, and if we're gonna be real, the mistress only told her about what was going on so that Chelsea would dump him, leaving Gyacho all to her. Like, come on, let's cut the shit here. And she, for definite, knew about Chelsea the whole time. They even mentioned it while they were talking about kissing and shit. They planned to fucking lie to Chelsea about her being just a friend. Friends that hug and kiss, as I remember one of the messages. But you wanna know what's so funny about it? This isn't even the first case of Gyacho being weird around women. One time before this, Gyacho and Chelsea were hanging out with another girl that she was friends with at the time. And oh boy, she really had no respect for her relationship. Oh no. Nah, because tell me why this girl was feeding her boyfriend. Spoon feeding. This nigga is so lustful. Catholic, by the way. I should be mad about it, sort of. But for one, I think it's safe to say the one who's really at fault is fucking Gyacho for eating off the spoon or fork or whatever. Like, why would you do that? You dumb motherfucker. And also, because I just imagine this other girl doing the aeroplane like a fucking baby, so it stops being any bit serious and it's funny. Another thing he did, and oh my god, I am letting it all spill out. There is so much to say for this nigga that I don't even think I hate that much. Of all people I'm going to talk about, this guy I dislike the least. He would share his AirPods with another woman when they were in class, which I guess Chelsea saw as some form of cheating. I don't know, you tell me if this was weird behaviour. Seems like it was a big deal, according to Chelsea at least. Apparently they were listening to love songs and shit while in class. I think maybe that's just Gyacho's music taste, I don't know, but it seemed to upset Chelsea. I'll probably talk about it another time, but not now. Supposedly, he never stood up for Chelsea either when popular girls would make remarks and patronize her for being with Gyacho, thinking that she wasn't good enough for him, which I'll just say now, I don't know. And that was just an extension of more drama with Chelsea and the super popular girl I mentioned earlier. For the sake of time saving, I'll abridge it. Popular girl wanted Gyacho, but Gyacho was dating Chelsea. Wish and wanted me, I wasn't taken. And I'm Italian, quarter Italian, but sharp, okay, it counts. I'm also quarter Pakistani, I bet you guys will still call me brown. If niggas from my school find this video, I am unforeseen levels of fucked. In the end, they'd stay together another 9 months, until Chelsea cheated on Gyacho. Yes, you heard that right. This testa di cazzo had the fucking nerve to dump his girlfriend for cheating on him when he did it first! The audacity of some niggas. Not that it matters that much anyway. She seemed like she was gonna leave that nigga for a new man anyway. And I honestly think she should've. I think what gets me the most about this situation was the part I played in it. Truthfully, I was pretty disgusted at the situation. And I think I'm still valid for that. But I'm not happy about the fact that the day I found out it happened, I spoke to Gyacho, making sure he was okay, not feeling suicidal or some shit. I don't know why I did that shit, honestly. It's not even like I had forgotten or forgiven what he did, and realistically, she was just getting her get back, you know? What went around came back around. I don't know. I feel like the situation was just so rancid at the time that I couldn't help but console this guy, who fucking hated me for the longest time. Of course, he began to like me then, but nah. But now let's talk about that, since this is where the actual me aspect comes into it. So something about me is that I'm often found in the boy best friend position. A position that insecure niggas love to hate on, and this and I were no exception. Gyacho did not like my ass, and I never understood why. I actually asked Giovanna about his thoughts on me, and according to her, I wasn't even a threat. But I don't even know what to believe, since I heard from the girlfriend herself that he was jealous of the time I spent with her, because we had most classes together.
Well, damn, nigga.
That's not my fault! This persisted the whole relationship, by the way. He never gave me good looks. He hated being even near me unless Chelsea was there. We never even spoke. And you know, I find this really funny, since he wanted to talk to Chelsea's retard friend, who not only had the same classes with her that I did, but was also much weirder to her than I ever was. Like, what the fuck? Did my man really think I was trying to get his girl? Like, buddy, while you two were dating, I was still trying to figure out if I still want to live. Relax. My crush on this girl passed long before you two even met, bro. And I don't know what people who hate boy best friends expect to happen either. Like, you want me to stop being friends with your girlfriend to soothe your ego, my nigga? Is that so? And it's not even just that, right? Bro, I was here first. I've been friends with this motherfucker longer than you've even known her. So pipe that mafioso ass down, yeah? I mean, they did meet during a period where me and Chelsea weren't talking because of some dumb shit, but like, probably didn't help that I never actually made any attempt to be friends with him. Actually, I did, sort of, but he wasn't having it. I quickly stopped caring because he didn't like me, and I didn't like him either. Cheating aside, Gyacho has one more crucial flaw with him. He was cringe. Very cringe. At least cringe to year 10 Tenno, who would rather slit his wrist with a rusty knife than stew or say anything that would be romantic and cringy. His general aura was like fucking Massimo, and I genuinely wonder if he somehow in that Catholic household managed to read or watch some Wattpad smut or 50 Shades or Twilight or something, because I refuse to believe that personality he formed naturally. It was uncomfortable to watch sometimes, and thank fuck I wasn't the only one who felt that way. Some of the boys in school felt that way, but even some of the girls did too. And thank fuck for it too, because I really felt like I would have been an outcast there. Jesus criminy. He also wrote a letter for Chelsea once, maybe it was their anniversary or some shit, I don't know. It was some whole thing about his love for her and all that, which at the time was just so pathetic to me. Nowadays, I don't really feel that way, right? Because I'm also trying to get into literature and poetry and that, but, you know. And it also doesn't help that this was like after Gyacho cheated on her, so I was side-eyeing the whole time, bro. I am not always vocal, but I am always judgmental. So that all passed and all was well. Until he instantly became attracted to my friend, Seagull.
For the love of God!
Oh Lord, let this end! To save time, because this is way too much effort toward a nigga that I've had few enough conversations to count on my hand, Gyacho wasted no time becoming attached to Seagull. He instantly started talking to her after Gyacho left Chelsea, because he wasn't allowed to talk to her while they were together due to jealousy, I'm guessing. And while I don't think Chelsea was in the right for that, she was sort of retrospectively in the right, you know? I don't know, like, if the action's wrong and done for the wrong reasons, but something happens that ultimately makes it a good or a smart move, does that make it justified? I don't know. Did I even word that well? I don't know. This is why I need to get into literature. Anyway, they became close friends again. And I'm lying, I say friends. But this nigga started talking about some, I'm in love with you, Seagull. Or at least that's how I remember it. Yeah, that happened for a few months. And eventually, she got into it, and they started talking. Yippee! Naturally, I was conflicted because I sort of liked this guy. He didn't seem too bad at the point where I was talking to him. And obviously, I want the best for my friend. But I also saw Gyacho and Chelsea's relationship. So how do I respond to this? So I did what I always do, and I tried to keep her cautious, but try not to bring her down as well, because that's just not a good look, especially as a guy friend. Not that it matters, because a few months into actually talking, Ghiaccio pulled out his special move, and can I get a drum roll, please? He confessed he was talking to and sleeping with other girls. Oh wow! Who could have seen that coming? Whoa. What's happening? The one who saw it coming! It was me! It looks like I was right! I want to say for anyone confused here, right? Because I feel like this would get comments, right? The issue isn't that he fucked other girls while he was talking to someone. That's fair enough, right? You don't owe anyone your full devotion to them just because you're talking. Talking and going on dates are the period where you decide if you even want to try with someone or not, right? The problem is that this fucking guy was talking about falling in love with her while this shit was happening. What? You clearly ain't mean that shit. You clearly ain't mean that shit. Besides, saying you've fallen in love with someone is such a weird thing to do in a talking stage. It's always seemed like manipulation to me. I fucking hate it. If a woman ever tells me that she's fallen in love with me within the first month of a relationship, oh, I'm dipping. Goodbye. I'm saving myself. I'm heading into the fucking mountains like that damn penguin. Hell nah. What are you talking about? You're in love with me. What are you talking about? You don't even know my mum's full name. What are we talking about? You don't even know how many siblings I've got. Oh, you don't even know if I have siblings. Relax. Talking about I'm in love with you. I imagine the whole fucking other girls thing made her lose interest in him pretty quick. Along with the fact that he's just so fucking cringe. And even she knew it. Yet somehow she still ended up having a thing for him. Even after he moved on and got a girlfriend. And that, for now, is where our story ends. Ladies who aren't watching, hopefully, I hope you see what I mean when I say know your worth. This nigga Ghiaccio is a cautionary tale. The moral of the story? If he does you wrong, leave his ass. Get that nigga gone and be proud of it. Don't be out here regretting and lamenting a relationship you would end up hating. Keep looking for good men. Look out for Ghiaccios in your life. They may not seem so bad at first, but if you see a red flag, leave. Leave. Being ignorant only leads to pain. Leave. That will be all. 2,671 words, by the way. Maybe I should become an essayist.
Go. Tom Holland. Man, what the fuck? Man, I don't want to talk your